Great, Frank. So you're doing a lot of movement there. There's a lot of walking bass things going on. So take us through that. Just kind of step through basically how you're getting to those different positions.
Okay, well, once again, we have to remember we have our 1, our flat 3, and our 5. Those are the notes of the G minor chord. So we've been using more scalar patterns up until now. Okay, all the notes in the scale. Now, if we look between the 1 and the flat 3, we have all of those notes. So it's a cool way to put together walking bass lines to use all of those notes in between the chord tones. It gives movement, it gives flow to the bass line, it gives tension and release. All of the musical terms that we hear, the bass players, when they're playing, they're thinking about these things. Musicality, right? So it's a great way to put together lines without worrying too much about, am I on the right note? If you land on the 1, the 3, or the 5 on the downbeat of chord changes, you are fine. What you play in between doesn't really matter. It all works, is the point. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter. It all works musically. Okay, we'll figure out the theory of it later. It's what sounds good and what feels good. Because when you're walking bass, it's a groove you're trying to create. So this chromaticism really gives you an opportunity to not worry so much about, am I on the right note? And this again going down 3 and up to the G. I think the first step of practicing this second concept is just get this going. Just get used to walking along that 6th string. We're not using any other string but the 6th string. Even when we go up to C, which we're going to do now. Watch how I get there. Up the scale, neighboring tone. Now we're here. Now watch this. Again, the first finger is doing all the work on that 6th string. Now to get back down to the G minor, watch this. Down the scale, chromatic, neighboring tone, back to the G. Watch one more time. Down the scale, chromatic, neighboring tone, back to the G minor. Okay? Once again, the way to practice this is slow. We walk up, chromatic, neighboring tone, back to the chromatic concept. First finger doing all the work on the 6th string. Down the scale, chromatic, neighboring tone, back to our chord. Now, you have to know what chord's coming up. It's a very simple concept, and you may say, oh, well, of course you do. But when you're in the heat of the moment playing, you're not necessarily thinking, hey, what's coming up? So it's very important, no matter what level you're playing at, advanced, beginning, intermediate, think ahead to what chord's coming up. Then you can look at the fingerboard and say, oh, there's the root. Oh, there's the root of the next chord. Oh, all I have to do is walk up here and use these chromatic notes and hit on down beat 1, hit the C, the 1, the root. You can never go wrong with the root, especially in the bass. So in your practice time, take a progression. Once you go through these concepts. For those channel subscribers, I have a folder, Walking Bass, while comping. We've gone through 6 lessons now. Every month I add another lesson. So this combined with that, you're going to have a good foundation of how to start getting into playing songs. Because next is to go over the major, right? And the way you do that is you take what we've done here, and to make a minor chord major, you raise the third. Right? So now you take all of these simple patterns, 1, 3, 5, and you do it in major to the 4 chord. Right? So now you have your major and your minor. Now you can go to song progressions. So I'm getting a little off the focus of the concept 2 here of the chromatics and the neighboring, but if you're at this stage, you're ready to go put this into action playing a song.